Hello and welcome. This is Fredrik Ekman from Life Through the Lens. Today, almost a year after my first video that I did here on YouTube to explain and to show off a little bit about wing foils, I'm back. I'm back in Barcarès in the north of Mallorca on a day here in the very end of February. It's nice and sunny. It's a good day. So what I wanted to do is to be a little bit throwback. To see people a year after when I filmed them for the first time and see how they progressed, see how the sport evolves, see how many more wings we're now having in the sea at the same time. Last year a few, but this year everywhere more and more are coming, and more people are fascinated by this sport that is actually moving like an avalanche across the whole globe. Everyone is talking about it, everyone is doing it. Like I said in my earlier video, 10 reasons why this will be the biggest sport of them all is the reasons why. And if you want to check out that video, there's you can click on top or link in the description. Otherwise, enjoy. You can, if you want, look back in my first video from April last year that I did, and then you can see a little bit about the difference in people's progression over here. Okay, people, that's very nice. Enough talking. Enjoy.
So, here we are back in the north of Mallorca, in the Bay of Pollença, as you can see here on the map. This bay is a favorite among us water sports people. There are no restrictions going in and out, and the shape and the bottom of the bay makes it a place with only smaller waves. Because of that, it's an exceptional place to start learning to wingfoil, windsurf, kitesurf when the winds are up. As you can see of the many riders here today, it's a very popular sport. Here we see Miguel, or Mickey's as we call him. He's on a 75-litre board and his weight is about 73 kilos. Then add weight from the foil, wetsuit, etc. So he is on what we call a sinker, a board that has less volume than the rider. As you can see, the board does not float on the surface of the water, more like 15-20 centimeters underwater when he stands up. As he gets a bit of speed, the board comes up to the surface. Wind strength today about 16 to 20 knots. Here he's up riding fakie after a jibe, needing to pump that board to keep the speed. And to pump efficient in fakie is not all that easy. He stays in fakie as he moves into a tag turn upwind. Alright, nice going. And another one. Yeah, it looks crowded here in the bay, but the telephoto lens compresses the view and the riders appears to be closer than they actually are. Here we see Mickey's coming towards me, getting speed downwind, checking that no one is around. Pumping to increase speed and a jump. This is why he has such small board, to be able to jump up above the water. Not every jump is successful, but you need to practice to get the skills. And here we see Diane pumping the wing to get more speed to get up on foil. She goes a little bit downwind to get even more speed. This is a useful tip to get that little extra speed to get up on foil easier. And when she gets up on foil, she regains her course. Mickey's racing in and jumps. Yes, he's getting there. And for everyone who wonder if you can get a sinker board up on foil with a 3.5 meter wing, here we see how the pumping of the wing and board simultaneously are crucial to get the necessary speed. Here we see an interesting thing. Mickey is going to do a tack turn up against the wind. It's a bit trickier than the jibe. To make it easier, he switches his feet before the turn. And this way, he comes around in a regular stance where he has more control. That's clever. Oh wow, he's on fire today. Here he comes in and does a 360 turn, and it looks great. As I said before, there are a lot more people doing wing foiling now. We are only in February here, but conditions are great in Mallorca for wing foil all year around. New riders are joining us every month. And here we see Diane coming in towards the camera. Time for a jibe. Yeah. Looks great. And a quick foot switch. No cha-cha-cha switches anymore for her. Good stuff. And Pepe Custer comes in frame on his way to shore. Yeah, that's one way to stop before it gets too shallow. Funny Pepe. And here we have another rider, Sebastian, coming in here doing a jibe. It is interesting to see riders with a 3.5 meter wing and at the same time other riders with 6 meter wings. That is quite the opposite. Okay, it only works because the riders with the larger wings depower them a lot. That meaning they ride with the backhand open to catch less wind further outstretched, and the riders with the smaller wings pull in more on the backhands to get more speed and power. Fernando we see here rides with a 3.5 meter wing, and he's doing just fine, but pumps a bit since he has a lot less wing to get wind in. Here Fernando makes the same foot switch before the tack turn to come out in regular stance, which gives him more control. He's cool and just waves to the camera. Now, how can he let go of his front hand and take the time to wave without his wing blowing away? Well, since the slick has a boom and not handles, he quickly changes his grip forward to balance the wing and also turns it more upwind where the force is less. And a 360, nice and easy. Tack turn going in fakie. A 360 here? No, a 720. Well done, cool. Here comes Mikis again in full speed, jumping, and good air in that jump. And his landing is spot on. Great stuff there from him. And here comes no one less than Ruben. He's visiting on his way up from the coast. He told me later he was doing a downwinder riding along the coast and just came in here for a short visit. Notice the lime green vest he has on? That one is very visible, and that increases the safety as well. Did I mention it looks great? A quick switch before the jibe to come out in regular stance. Yeah, a wingy day in the bay. Fernando jibing with ease. To do the jibe and staying in fakie is a good first step in making the jibe. When you make the next jibe, you will be back in regular stance again. But if you feel that you have low control and feels awkward in fakie, you then have to learn to switch your feet. And to do this, you need to do it in small steps. First, upon coming around, you touch down on the water with the board and quickly change your feet. Pump a bit on the wing to get up on foil again, and you're good to go. Next step is when you can switch with ease on the touchdown, to try to switch feet when the board is just a little bit above water, and when you get it and you feel more comfortable doing that, you can slowly increase the height. A very important tip for the foot switch is to nudge the board upwards a bit by pushing down on the back foot. When the nose is up, then do the switch, and 2 very quick steps. Back foot to the front and front foot to the back. And it's very important to get the feet positioned in the right place on the board as well. It just requires a lot of practice to get it done, but it's so nice to be in regular stance and have more control. And here we see Sebas staying in fakie as he got it under control, but it's not the same control as in regular stance because your front foot is on the lee side of the board. It will never be as good as in regular stand when your front foot will be on the upwind side. Here we have Diane doing that first step in learning the foot switch, a quick touchdown on water and then switch. Fernando pumping to get up on foil and a windsurfer passing in full speed. Now, can a wing go as fast as a windsurfer? Check out the difference in the sail versus the wing. Okay, yeah, he's on foil and the windsurfer's on the surface of water, but still Fernando is coming along really fast with that small 3.5 meter wing. Here's Mikis doing another jump. and he nails it. Who said practice make permanent? That's true. Okay, look at this windsurfer, he has some serious speed. Now, there's space for everyone in this bay and the atmosphere is great. Us wingfoilers, we have moved in where usually only windsurfers used to be, here on the side of the bay. It all really works well. The kites are launching and riding closer to the bottom of the bay in a place called San Marina, so we're not all in the exact same place navigating. And here we see Diane again. Here we see more clearly the foot switch upon water and the relaunch upon foil. Study this again and again and again, all of you that want to get the first step of the switch nailed. Mickey's going back to shore. Thank you for nice riding today, and oh, that's another somewhat different ending to not hit the bottom when you get close to shore. Here's an example when you get too high in the water and your foil loses lift and you fall. Sebas here. Not getting the balance right coming out of the turn, and oops! Pepe Castor finishing this day off with a nice jibe and nailing the foot switch. Great riding today, guys. Now, it is clear to me that there are a lot of progression among the riders we have seen here today. Looking back a year, it is clear and it's great to see how wingfoil is developing. What a difference a year makes. Check out my video from the link in the description. Is it possible to start from nothing and a year later be doing jibes, foot switches and riding waves? Have a look, it's all in there.
Alright, now we've seen a little bit more about wingfoiling here in Mallorca on a windy day in the end of February and the Bay of Pollença, and this place called Barcarès. Very good place for beginners, intermediate and advanced riders. The only thing we don't really get here are the waves to ride on, but the rest is here and it's a very popular spot, as you've seen, with windsurfers, kiters and us wingfoilers. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this little video. That was all for me today. I'm Fredrik Eckermark, and I will see you, yes, I will see you in the next video. Stay safe.
Show you something new. You gotta know, every day I got your back. Yeah, you can count.